Hey True Believers, it's Englentine here with another Marvel vs. DC video. Now doing it a little different. If you remember when it was me and Chef Jack doing them, he would take some titles, I would take some titles, and we would make two videos and just average, do our own thing. This way I figured, okay, I'm stuck doing them all by myself. Not really stuck because I enjoy it. So I think the best way to do so we don't have an hour-and-a-half long video is to basically do Marvel first, and then tomorrow there will be a DC video. Each one with their own score, and at the end of the DC, we'll talk about which one was the winner for the week. Granted, I'm a huge DC fan, but that does not stop me from giving honest reviews. So if I read a book that's pure awesomeness, like Exiles right here, I'm going to tell you this book is pure awesome. Okay, go read the full, or watch the full review. You'll tell that is not the case. Anyway, let's see. I score them 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. I have a rating system. 1 is horrible, 2 is bad, 3 is average, 4 is good, and 5 is excellent. And I will go over those again. I also put them in order from worst to best. That's just a thing I like to do. I read them. Okay, I like that one the worst. I like the, because I like to do my little countdowns also and to make this as fun as possible for me. Now, there's a little thing. You might notice the covers going by. These are the books that will be reviewed here, and you might notice that some of them are from last week. I didn't do one last week, and DC had more titles, so I figured I would bring them over. And this is how I'm going to make sure there's an even number of titles from both companies. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the video. The 1-star books are horrible. Avoid at all costs. Infinity Countdown number 2. I don't know if I've got the strength for this. I've done a full review of this for what it's worth. Go check it out. Dude, seriously, I don't know if I want to talk for 40 seconds about it. Look at this cover. It's horrible. Inside, the story is so disjointed. What is this supposed to be about? Okay, they're protecting stones. Okay, what's the end game? What are we doing here? This is like I said, it's disjointed. It's poorly written. The characters are ridiculous. You got a pregnant woman in combat. Well, just god awful book. Why? The 2-star books, they're merely bad. Maybe there's 1 or 2 things that keep them from absolutely being just pure garbage. Marvel Superhero Adventures, Spider-Man, and the Stolen Vibranium. Man, come on. I got this. I read it. I reviewed it. Check it out. It's just, oh my Lord in heaven. So Black Panther is having a hard time taking down Dr. Octopus, and he calls Spider-Man for help. I guess if you like the cartoon, maybe the nostalgia factor will kick in for you. But this book is so crap. Go check out the video I did, the review for it. Just trust me on this one. I'm not just pimping it out. Honestly, just check it out. I did a full-length video for Exiles number 1, so please check that out. It's bad. It's, my goodness. I wanted it to be better because I remember the original series and having fun with it, with Beak and all them. It's an entertaining book. This one, on the other hand, isn't. It's a team-building book. We're going from one dimension to the other, and it's repetitive. Hey, we're here. Oh, no, I don't want to go. Your universe is dying. Let's go. Okay. Unfortunately for this book, it's just merely bad. It's not... I was hoping for America bad, and all we got was forgettable, and that's the worst crime of all. Tales of Suspense featuring Hawkeye and Winter Soldier. So they're going after Black Widow. I didn't care for this from the beginning. And I caught a little flack for it. That's cool. Everybody's got different opinions. Mine is that it just got worse. And then when it turned into a big clone fest of Wanda and her saying, I don't want spies anymore. Yeah, like countries don't exist. Come on. It just, I'm sorry. I wanted to like this. Also, the soldier, it's like, hey, don't kill people, Wanda. I'm sorry, guys. This book didn't work for me. Captain America number 700 ends the future story where he's fighting Donald Trump. And yeah, it's not called that, but yeah, we know what it is because Mark Waid is speaking in his voice instead of writing in Captain America's voice. He used to be such a good writer. Anyway, Now this, I did not hate this book as much as others did. I do not like this book at all. I really do think you should watch Captain Frugal's video on this, his full-length one. It's dead on. It really is a miss, this book was. And it's a mess, if you want my particular take on it. Amazing Spider-Man $7.99. Woohoo! It's a red oh, it's Carnage. Oh, okay. Well, we've been getting Venomized this and Venomized that, and that person of Venom so much we're supposed to be excited now because Harry Osborn has Carnage. We've seen it. We've seen it so many fucking times. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with it anymore. Give me a different story. There are other villains other than just fucking Venom and Carnage, for Christ's sake. That's been my irritants with Spider-Man, especially this last story. Red Goblin is just Nanobite Carnage. Let it go. The 3-star books are average. They either didn't register with me or I liked them, but just not good enough to recommend them. Black Panther number 172. So, yeah, not a lot of Black Panther in Black Panther 172. There really isn't. You have the big baddie, hey, I'm a god and I'm going to kick your ass. And then you have Storm saying, hey, wait a second, I met this person. What's up? And he puts her into a cave, which sets off her claustrophobia. And Black Panther's like, Storm, you remember when people are saying you're not a god? You are. Go kick his ass. And she's like, yes, I am. And then she kicks his ass. That's the whole storyline. Black Panther is a supporting character in his own book. It's not a great jumping on point, but it's actually not a bad book in itself. So, yeah, 50-50, 6 of one, half a dozen the other, you know, that kind of thing. So, I guess if you're a Black Panther fan, you're going to enjoy it a lot more than I did. The Incredible Hulk, number 715. We have Amadeus Cho trying to regain control of the Hulk, and we have everybody around him really trying to do the same thing. He's not going crazy, though. He's just getting attitude. That's it. That's this incredible monster Hulk. He's got a little bit of attitude. And the book had me. I'm thinking, okay, you know what? This is better. It's not great still. It's not classic Hulk. It's not Damage. But at least it's good. And then right at the end, he goes, I'm the smartest man in the world. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Everybody in the Marvel Universe is the smartest one in the world. It's done. Ms. Marvel, number 29. I have to admit, there was a point in this where I was thinking, okay, this is going in the right direction. She has a kiss on a roof, and then she's all worried about the first kiss. And I'm thinking, okay, it's going into normal tween territory, and I can appreciate that. You know, it's not exactly aimed in my direction, being a 50-year-old guy, but we've all been there. And I can appreciate, but then it just goes into the kind of CW drama area, and it just loses the plot. It's an almost. This book is an almost. There are some cringy moments, but not enough to make it bad. It's just not good. Domino number 1. I did a full-length video on this. I guess the gist of it would be that they made a comic book. It's absolutely okay. It's amazingly hunky-dory. It's absolutely fine. You know what? This is the comic book equivalent of that guy at work who does just enough not to get fired. There is absolutely nothing unique about this comic book. Gail Simone should be ashamed of herself for not writing it to her best of her ability. It looks okay. It's not poorly drawn, but ultimately it is completely forgettable. Venomized, number 3. Okay, so right away, you guys, if you've known me at all, you know this has got an uphill battle. Because I'm really, really tired of the, hey, let's venomize this character covers, storylines. This is nothing new, gang. We've seen it. And in this case, of course, they take over Thor. I did like the fact that the Venom had to release her because she turned back into Jane Foster. Anyway, I don't know. It's an exciting book because something is happening on every page, but do not expect any kind of story for this. If you like action, if you're a Venom fan, you're going to enjoy this. If not, if you're like me, it's just going to fall flat and not even register. Weapon H, number 2, Hulkverine. I did a full review of the first issue of this one, and I really did think it was like a 12-year-old's idea of a hero. The book itself wasn't bad. In this one, I gotta say, isn't either. It's not amazing, but one of the reasons I figured it out. This is it. Damage is a good version of the Hulk. This is a bad version of Damage. It's still entertaining, but my gosh, come on. Now he's the Hulk with Wolverine powers, and everything's hunky-dory. Once again, they're missing the point of the Hulk, but it's at least entertainingly bad. Avengers No Surrender, number 689, Chapter 15 of No Surrender. Avengers No Surrender, Chapter 15, Avengers. Anyway, this has been getting better. So it went from complete and utter crap to being not bad, in all honesty. You know, some issues have been great. This one is not bad, in all honesty. I did like the poker game between the Games Master and... Sorry, I didn't catch his name. There weren't names given, and he's wearing a costume I don't recognize. But anyway, that was the good part of the story. So overall, not bad. X-Men Gold, number 26. Will you marry me, boy? So, Kitty Pryde suggests maybe that they're feeling cold feet, and that's why they haven't been married already. So, Colossus mopes. And that's pretty much the issue. It begins with a decent little tiff with Mesmero, and they try to do something at the end with a nanite, god dang it, with the nanites, the nanite sentinel. But overall, this is one really morose book. It tries to be fun, but if you look at the art, everybody looks like they'd rather be someplace else, and that just transfers right to the readers, ladies and gentlemen. Poe Dameron, number 26. So they finally are getting around to telling the story of what happened to Poe Dameron between the time he got lost from Finn in the beginning of Force Awakens to the time they were found. And a lot of this book, while good, while entertaining, is really just rehash. Because you're going over, you know, he meets up, gets BB-8 and that whole 9 yards. So, yeah, it's entertaining and all, but it's also a lot of stuff we've seen before. Not a direct adaptation of the movie, but pretty damn close. The 4-star books are legitimately good. I can recommend them and still feel good about myself. Wolverine, number 16, has one of the better storylines, or at least, I guess, X-Men tropes that I enjoy. Sabretooth attacking Wolverine on his birthday. And this is basically Wolverine wondering if he should accept it as the last straw and just go right on ahead and kill Sabretooth because, well, it's old man Logan in this. He's formerly Wolverine. No, he's Wolverine. And he's wondering, should he put him down early instead of when he had to put him down in the later years. It's a very well told story. It's a lot of fun. And if you're any kind of old school X-Men fan, definitely one to pick up. Cable number 156 is, I guess, the modern day equivalent would be The Last of Us, that video game, where they're basically walking through a post-apocalyptic world, a dad and his daughter. And it really is about fatherhood and what you would do to protect your kids and how your kids see you as they grow older, as they go through things. First, of course, is the invincible hero, and then as they see your flaws, the shine starts to fade. It's a sad thing, but it is a truth of life, and this superhero story touches upon it, kind of elevating it past what your normal superhero story would be. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, number 18. This is the comic book I go to for my Spider-Man fix, which I thought would not be the case because Mary Jane's a Spider-Man, and so is his daughter, and I like side characters to be side characters. But it works. And even this issue works. Now, this is the kind of thing that works on younger readers more than older because you have the character who's been wronged and isn't really a bad guy but wants to kill somebody, and the hero has to talk him down. It works. It's fun. I think it works better if you haven't seen this played out before, but as it is, not bad. Iron Fist number 80. I did not know this was the last issue. In all honesty, it ties in with that Doctor Strange story that's going on. Obviously, it says Doctor Strange Damnation at the top. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. Iron Fist has been one of the better Marvel comic books out there, and one I could highly recommend. So, of course, they need to get rid of it. Man, Why? It's so entertaining. But then again, they're rebooting everything. Hopefully they bring this back or at least put the team on something decent. If they're going to shift around teams, this is one that needs to get a book. Hey, like Captain America, that'd be awesome. They should do that. Anyway, get the Iron Fist trade paperbacks and so you're not going to be disappointed. This thing is just a lot of fun. Darth Vader number 14. Let me tell you something. I'm reading this book. There's a scene in here where we're getting a little bit about Darth Vader, like some guys talking about how badass he is. And while he is doing this, I swear you can hear the Imperial March. This is a good book, gang. This is one of those books that just, well, if you're a Star Wars fan, and who isn't, you're going to enjoy this. It really does play off the Vader legend. And, hey, you get to be on Mon Calamari, and isn't that always fun? Get those people in there. Anyway, yeah, an entertaining book. Charles Soule is kicking ass these days. And the 5-star books are excellent, just about as good as any single-issue copy of a comic book can get. Daredevil 601. So, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, has been taken down by the Hand, and now, because he made him deputy mayor, Matt Murdock, the Daredevil, is mayor of the city. This is mostly a dialogue issue. It really is. There's some action in the beginning, but mostly the action really comes from the dialogue between Matt Murdock and Wesley on how to fix the city, how to help the city from the Hand. And it is on. Charles Soule knows Daredevil, man. And this is as exciting as it was in the 70s and 80s, and that's when Daredevil hit its peak. It's just such a good book. This is one of those books, once again, that no one seems to be reading, but everyone should. Thanos number 18 is about as perfect as a comic book ending can get. And so, what shall I say for the next 20-something seconds, right? Great art. I've heard more than one person say that Death looks sexy at the back of the book here. It's just entertaining, man. This is why you get comic. But this is why you go to the comic shop right here. Thanos number 18, incredible book. You know what? This is a 5-star book easily, and I recommend anybody to pick up the trades from 1 all the way to 18 on this story. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Marvel reviews. So they had 1 1-star, 5 2-stars, 9 3-stars, 5 4-stars, 2 5-stars. There was a score of 68. There were 22 comics on the pile, making the average 3.09 stars. Alrighty, if you want to see how they do against DC, check out the DC Comics. When I post that, there will be a link at the end of this one if you're watching this at a later date. Otherwise, I'm going to post it tomorrow. We'll find out if Marvel or DC wins the week of 4/18/2018. Kind of threw myself there, guys. Also, what did you think of the reviews? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What's too high? What's too low? I always love to hear differing opinions. Let me know your opinion. Don't just go, hey, you suck because you like this one, or vice versa. By all means, I want to hear your opinion. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, subscribe, of course, if you haven't done it already. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because cool things happen around these parts, especially every Saturday night at 9 p.m. where we have Comic Book Thunderdome putting 2 geeks against each other. And they just fight the fights and debate the debates that we all fight and debate in any comic book shop or comic book forum. It's tons of fun. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Comic Book Thunderdome right here on I Love Comics. Also, this is the way I make a living. So if you don't mind heading on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. The link is in the description below. It'll help us keep making videos and help us get better software and equipment to make better videos. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.
Walk a little prouder, be an innovator, laugh a little louder, go forever greater, we can show you how to, and when will you be then? You'll belong, you'll belong, you'll belong, you'll belong to the Merry Marvel Marching Society. March along, march along, march along to the song of the